I used to think I was lazy and couldn't get things done, but it wasn't me. It was my ADHD.
My name is Ellie. This is a space for self-growth, healing and honest conversations. If you're growing, healing or just figuring things out, you're in the right place.
Hey everyone, so in today's video I will be talking about how I use strategies to help my ADHD and how I get things done. So when I was younger, I really struggled to sit down and get tasks done straight away. I used to procrastinate a lot in GCSEs, mainly in secondary school. I used to be like, yeah, I'll do it in a second, but I didn't actually end up doing it. And then by the end of it, I managed to do it. It was just a hassle. I used to think I was lazy, but then I'd always sit there thinking like, come on Ellie, you need to do this, you need to get up, but I just didn't do it. I guess I always struggled prioritising tasks, so organising what's the most important, with time blindness. So sometimes I could look at a task and I would spend ridiculous amounts of times doing a task that didn't need to be done that much. It was quite hard for me because it was just like, oh, next hour's passed, then the next hour, and the next hour. Another example, I guess, is like in primary school, I get really angry, just scribble on my work. I know now it was because of that, and I didn't get the support I needed, unfortunately. So many other times, mainly house chores, so I'll put off my washing sometimes. I'm like, yep, I'll do it in a second, I won't actually get to it. Getting up ready for the day, and I'll end up doing all my tasks by the end of the day. I'll do my washing at like 2 p.m, and then my mum's like, the day's over, and I'm like, no, it's fine, we can put it outside. It's fine, we got time, it will dry. And she's like, no, it won't dry, it's cold now. I'm like, again, another one is getting distracted. So I do it at college sometimes when my mates distract me. It's awful, and then we'll just have a random conversation about something that makes no sense with the work and doesn't go with it. And obviously that led to feeling overwhelmed with it. So what helps me? That's the question. I've tried many things. Not everything works for everyone, but personally, writing checklists down. I do therapy stuff. The person I was speaking to about it, she said, why don't you write 10 things on your list? So I haven't obviously got around to doing it yet. I'll put the most important thing at the top and the least important at the bottom. And I try and do it where maybe I put 4 or 5 things on that list. So it'll be the most important, the middle-ish important, and then you've obviously got the least important at the bottom. Does it help? Yes. Does it sometimes not help? No, because I have loads of tasks and sometimes I'm like, well, I need to do this and this, but I mainly just go, okay, look, Ellie, you need to do this task, this is at the top, this is the most important. Or do I sometimes do it where I put too much on my list, I never get it done? Yes, I do that. That's one of the big things I also do. A list is the number one thing that helps me with that. But I guess feeling overwhelmed and stop procrastinating. Another thing that works for me is it's very hard, but like I can sort of look and go, right, Ellie, you need to stop thinking for 2 seconds. Again, I'm doing this new technique, what I've learned through my therapy stuff, where if you do like something you like, so maybe walking or colouring, right, which is for me what I do, or maybe you're going to play some games with your family or you're gaming, if you like that. And what I usually think is sometimes, again, I've learned this, your mind thinks still, so you could be doing colouring but your mind's still got loads of thoughts going on. So what I do to help me with that is to think about something you see, taste and smell. I think, well, not smell, I mean taste, because unless you're eating food, that's one of the things, I'll just eat food, but yeah. But if you like food, eat food while you're doing stuff that will distract you. Yeah, because obviously your mind's not thinking, which is what I've learned. I've done hobbies, but they've never satisfied me because I'm always thinking. So that's also one of the ones that works for me. Sleeping early to stop my overthinking and that, and like procrastination. Sleeping early works for me. I try to sleep earlier because you need your sleep. That's one of the general ones. Not even for ADHD, but for general people, you need sleep. Sometimes I could be on 3 hours sleep and have the most energy, and then 6 hours and I'm not. I generally think that's an ADHD thing, when you just are tired continuously, even if you sleep. But I'm sure it's normal as well. So sleep into all of them, and then obviously I feel motivated the next day. But mostly lists, doing that, sleeping early. Well, I try to. I'm terrible at sleeping. I have insomnia because I just put off my sleep. Feeling overwhelmed, personally for me, I ask for guidance. I'll ask my mum, or at the moment I'm in college, the teachers around me to help me. That really helps. I'll get them to break things down. That's one of the big things for me, breaking things down. So first you've got to do this task, and then you've got to do this and this. It's kind of like a list really, but it's more structured, because again, my brain will go into overdrive mode where it's like, right, yes, you have this list, but you need to do this, and I'll think about something I'm not even done yet, or not important. There's so many I could list, but I think doing all those things works for me personally. Maybe, you know, you have a hobby and you like gaming or you like colouring. That's also a really good one. I like that. Or you like collecting things, reading comics. I like doing that. Whatever it is, whatever you find interesting. Mindfulness and white noise. So sometimes I'll listen to like rain sounds and white noise when I'm working because it blocks out my thoughts. I'll put it on full volume. If you don't own headphones or you don't own earphones, I generally think that would be a very good thing to invest your money in. I get overwhelmed very easily. I need my headphones to block out noise. Another one is using timers and checklists. Timers? I said checklists. So again, you might have a list, for example, of 5 things on your list. You've got the most important, and then you'll do a timer when you're doing that most important task, if that makes sense. I hope this makes sense. Because us ADHDers like rewards, we like dopamine hits, and we don't do tasks that are boring. That's why we procrastinate. One of the one things is making sure to reward yourself after. So you're like, I'll spend 10 minutes on this task, I'll do it, and I might get myself a chocolate bar or a fizzy drink from the shop. For me, it's like, I'll get myself a Monster, or like, I don't know, I'll go on my phone more, or like, maybe I shouldn't, I spend too much time on my phone. But you know, you get me. It's okay to feel like that, and you know, it's not okay to beat yourself up. I admit I do it, but it also is okay, because you know, if you're on your journey like me of figuring out what things work better than others, it gets easier over time, I promise you. I have my diagnosis now and things are getting. And also surrounding yourself with people who get it, surrounding yourself with people who are neurodivergent, or just people who understand you. That's always the best thing. In this video, thank you guys for watching. I hope I help you on your journey. Yeah. In the next video, I'll be talking about how I keep going with my ADHD, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.